In this video, I'm going to talk about how I went from this Craftsman toolbox to my now new 61-inch 15 drawer Husky tool mobile workbench. All right, everyone. So this is going to be my little update video as well as a little tour of my toolbox and all the equipment that I finally got to organize. But moved out of my apartment into a house, got everything the way that I wanted it now. I still have my old Craftsman toolbox. And before that, I actually had a whole bunch of Craftsman tools that I gave to my brother. But that tool set was great. It was a great starter kit for when I first started doing automotive work. And obviously, as I got better and I got more money, I started purchasing better tools. As far as the channel, I'm also going to be doing tool reviews on it. Nothing too extensive as to what Project Farm does or the Torque Test channel. This is more so like informational stuff as well as my everyday use experience with them. That way, you guys can have a more insightful review on that. I know there's a lot of channels that probably do that as well, but I'll be doing my own little thing. Hopefully, I can give some of you guys some valuable information. But I'm gonna start over here with my organizing shelving racks. So top section, I got all my gloves. I got my little wheels over there for when I do brake jobs. Clean all that surface off so it sits properly. Got my carrying case for my scan tool, my wheel chocks. Then I got my car cleaning supplies as well as my brake cleaners and my PV blaster, Goo Gone, WD-40. Got some bungee cords back there, and I got some of the wax paper there as well. And then this box right here, I have fuses, have clips, just a whole bunch of miscellaneous things. Whenever I work in customers' cars, I just have little extra components, especially with the clips because they break all the time. I live out in the desert, so they dry rot pretty fast. Got my jack stands, then I got my moving blanket and my foam pad, hand cleaner. Then on the side, I got my jumper cables, extra piece of tube right there, and my heat gun. As far as my pegboard, I got all these hooks from Amazon. I think I paid like $20 for the full set. Drilled them in and anchored them in place. Spread them out as evenly as I could. That way, everything still had enough space on either side to like be hung up. So I do like this hooks right here a lot because they rotate up and down, and I was able to put my jack handles there and keep them off the ground. Then I got my underhood icon lights. I bought an extra light just because I wanted to have both of them instead of just a single one. Got my headlamps. I also have my rigid battery charger mounted against it. An extra set of Craftsman torque spits that I got through warranty. I didn't want to put stickers all over my new toolbox, so I ended up getting that copper sheet, and I'm just putting all the stickers there. And it's miscellaneous stickers, not just from tools, but just random things that I buy, and companies obviously send stickers with it. Then I have all my US General magnetic accessories. I got the power strip, the hooks, the trays, got the paper towel holder, the glove holder as well. Then I got my car creeper. I also have the oil filter adapter kit right there. Not oil filter, sorry, oil change adapter kit. And I got the funnel down there. Got my brake hooks. A lot of people have been complaining about these kits not seating properly or that it's just junk. I've had zero problems with it. Um, I guess if you want to call it a problem, the only thing I noticed, not in this one that I'm pulling off, but one of them was missing the O-ring, and I can definitely see like why that might be an issue because then it won't seat properly, it will wobble, and you will have leaks. So just again, quality control may miss some things. So just go over your stuff when you buy it to make sure it's all there. So and then I also have the icon mats. I actually bought these when they first came out, and at that time, Harbor Freight actually had the sale where if you bought three or more items, you get 25% off. They had, I think, six of these, but I ended up buying four just because I wanted that discount. Um, Apparently, you can't get them anymore because they're always out of stock. So I guess I got lucky with that. But that's pretty much it for that pegboard. I'm gonna be doing now the toolbox. I'm gonna save the ratchet and socket drawer for last. So I'm gonna start on this side, move my way over. But top side right here, I got my Craftsman pick set. These ones are a little bigger and thicker. They feel better in my hand compared to the Icon set or the Pittsburgh ones that they have. Then I also have my wheel guide pins. Definitely comes in handy when you're doing tire stuff. Put two of these in, take the rest of the stuff off, and you can slide the tire on and off. You're not having to struggle with it. Got my Exacto knife kit set right here with extra blades. I did get this one from Amazon. I like it because again, it's different colors, makes it identifying it easier. It's got its carrying pouch. Then I got my oil filter sockets right here from Icon, and then I got my Icon serpentine belt kit, with the adapters, and then I got my nano ratcheting bar right here from Astro Tools. I also have my wrench extender from Also Tools. Then I got my Craftsman breaker bars. I like to color code my stuff, so all my code wrench stuff is going to be yellow. 3/8 stuff is going to be green, and then my half-inch stuff is going to be blue. Some of these I just painted whatever color I felt like because no real specific size technically. And then I also actually got this pass-through socket set, and I paint like specialty things like in red. Um, I use Mighty markers right here. I've purchased a whole bunch of paint markers, but these honestly have been like the best ones that I've purchased. Super great. But as you can see, as long as it has a deep enough road stamp, it'll sit properly, and you can use a shop towel with some Goo Gone and wipe the excess off. On these ones, I have to repaint them because they don't have such a deep road stamp. So let the paint dry a little more. Left these overnight. I'm gonna use some rubbing alcohol so I can soften it and I can scrape it off with my nail, and it should sit there. It's worked out for that method with other things that were not deeply road stamped, but got this one from Zorro. I like this kit. It does go all the way from 8 to 22. And obviously has, both standard and metric sizes per one. It does skip sizing, but I don't mind it. It's got most of the common sizes that you would need anyways. Girlfriend did buy me this lunchbox. It's got my lunch inside it. I was in the Marines, so you'll get the joke. Anyways, moving on to the next drawer though. I got all my screwdrivers here, all Craftsman stuff. I still got some of them. I painted these ones pink because they're not as durable as the older Craftsman stuff they used to make. Then I got this diamond tip set ones that I bought like 10 years ago. I don't remember exactly, but it's been a while. Then I got the pick set, or the hook pick set right here, the USA large one. So this one's actually go for quite a bit of money still. I'm not a vintage tool collector. Am I gonna keep them if they break? Absolutely, just because I like the handles. But I've seen some of these go for over $100 on eBay. Um, I wouldn't pay that much because again, these are guys that are just trying to sell them as a vintage tool. For me, I like using my stuff. I don't like to just let it sit there and look pretty. I do like keeping it clean and organized. But anyways, I also got my alien space sabers right here, and I have a whole bunch of other ones that I use for my wrenches. Then I got my punch and chisel sets here, right? So Craftsman ones, USA made. And then I recently got this one's a few months ago. I'm gonna mess up this name, but Reinstig. So then I got my drill bits back there. I've been doing a whole bunch of drywall work right now, installing TV mounts and shelving. So they're a little dirty. And then I got my coolant pressure test kit right here. And it's got the hand pump. It's also got the air one right there. You can use pressurized air to use it instead of using the pump one if you need more buildup. So it's got all these adapters. And again, I've used this a handful of times to find some leaks. Recently, I actually used it in my car because I had a coolant leak, and it was on one of the plastic lines, and they had just cracked at the joint, but it was a small crack that you couldn't see. And then down here I have, brake stuff as well as just miscellaneous things. I got my pinch wheel Daytona pads right there, oil filter, a little extractor in case good old Jiffy Lube decides to over torque it. Then this one, it's two pieces, but they go together, and this is pretty much to spread the lower section of the struts. That way you can remove them easier. I live in the desert, so a lot of dirt and grime gets in there. I'm sure same thing in the Rust Belt, they bind up. So that one comes in handy because it'll spread and you can wiggle it out much easier. So got my ball joint bar right there. And then on my drum brake stuff right here, I do occasionally run into drum brakes still. And then I got my brake fluid tester. I put a little magnetic strip right here with some super glue, and just stick it to the side. So super lightweight, so this isn't anything crazy. And I got my trim plastic kit right there as well. And then I got my compression tool for the calipers. And then down here, I have all my electrical stuff. Recently bought the Klein one. I got my test leads, and I also have these little color coded little thin strips of tape. Some of these wires sometimes, like it's hard to see the color, or it's just so faded out that it's hard to see it. So that comes in handy. Lets me put a little strip of that around it. That way I can actually tell the color of the wire. Then I have my pin uh, removal toolkit right here. So sometimes connectors break, but that's all that broke is the connector, not the actual pins. And you can buy replacement connectors instead of buying the whole thing and trying to splice it together. So this kit comes in handy. If you've never removed pins, maybe find like something you can practice on. It's not hard to do, but you do gotta get a feel for it because you can damage it, or uh, just overall like maybe like damage the pin itself if you're using the wrong connector. But practice with that. And like I said, I'll be posting links for all this stuff later on. But this kit comes in handy for all that. So now we're gonna come to this side over here, and this is my extension drawer. So I got half-inch stuff, 3/8 stuff, quarter-inch. And then I got obviously the impact rated one, regular. I got my wobble and locking ones. And again, everything's color coded. And then here I have my wrenches. Got my Icon ratchet and flex heads, and it only goes up to 19. So I ended up getting the rest from Tecton 2021 22. And then I also got my offset wrenches here from Capri. These come in handy whenever you're doing. There goes the plane going behind me. Sorry if you can hear that, but these come in handy if like you're doing like some struts. Put it in there to hold that nut while you tying it down in place. Otherwise, you'll just be spinning over and over. And then I got my also tool regular wrench set right here. Same thing, color coded. So then I got my crow's foot over here, and I got these small Craftsman nano wrenches. So, you know, let's begin to some tight spots right there. I am ordering another set of thin wrenches. The one that I had, it was thin but not thin enough, and I wanted something a little more durable because it was just some basic Amazon set that I needed for the time being. Then down here, I got all my pliers. And I also have my adjustable wrenches. I got these ones at Tractor Supply, and I'm honestly surprised because you know they're really great. They have some. It's not that visible, but nice little laser marking right there. All right, I'm gonna pause this video while these helicopters or planes go by. Hold on. And there they go. Figured I'd get a quick little snippet of them back there. All right. Well, now that they're gone, anyways, I bought these at Tractor Supply, and look, nice little laser markings on there. Not extremely visible, but works good enough. But I actually like these a lot because there's hardly any slop on them. You know, I think I paid like $18 for the full set, and I got the other one over here. Got this one for my grandfather too. Not sure when he bought it, but Klein tool, adjustable wrench. And then my pliers, I got this one's too from Klein. These have been real handy. And then some of my Craftsman stuff that I still kept. I didn't give my brother everything, but kept some of them. These are still made in the USA. So I got some of those right here. Oh, you know. And then down here I have all my power tools. Got a whole bunch of rigid stuff. Actually, it's all rigid, but I got these because they had a huge sale going on at Home Depot. And ironically enough, even with the sale, I was able to stack my military discount on top of it. So, got a heck of a deal. That's I also got all the extra batteries on there. It was whenever you bought like the battery pack, you get a free tool, or if you bought the tool kit, you get an extra tool or a battery pack. So, I pretty much just kept doing that. Got all this. And over here, I have my Allen keys right here. I got my brake kit for measuring the brake pads, feeler gauges, blades, little scraper tool goes with that. Got my tire uh, thread dip gauge right here, and I have this one as well. And I got my digital air chucks that I can go around and check tire pressure. Got this one from my grandfather too. So, etch my name into it. But they still make this one by Stanley. I just kept it because again, grandfather gave it to me. I think I got a few more things that he gave me. But here I have my bolt and nut thread checker. It's aluminum, so it definitely comes in handy. And then I got my impact rated bit set right here from Hercules. Got it on sale too. And then these ones are from Carbine, and these are the Torx Plus Nano set. So European cars tends to have these now. So got that set. And then I have my scan tool right here. Then I got my little camera right here, check inside, spark plugs, make sure everything's good. Or if I need to look behind something in a tight place, it comes in handy. I think I paid like $110 for this one. And then here I've got all my hammers. Yeah. So this one my grandfather made too. I'm not sure how he bent that pipe right there, but he doesn't remember. But anyways, just welded it in place. Now, before I open up the top drawer where all my ratchets and sockets are at, this toolbox was on sale at the Home Depot down the street for me. They normally go for $900 or even up to 1,000. I'm not sure how Home Depot does their pricing because each store had a different price, but they had this one there. It was the last one they had, and they had it for 700 bucks. So I decided to go get it. Military discount was 10% off, so it pretty much like took all the taxes off. But when I went to go pick it up, they actually had put it together for me, which was nice. However, it was missing the side handle, the bottle opener, and the cable hooks on the side or management. Not a big deal, really. The guy was like, "Oh, we're gonna order your replacement set and send it out to you." But the manager was super nice, and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna take another $100 off just because of the inconvenience." So I ended up getting this for 600 bucks, and this is the 61-inch 15 drawer Husky toolbox. Got a heck of a deal on it. Very happy with it, and I got to save money in the process. So this is the army green color, I think, and from what I've seen lately, they go for like almost $1,000 for this color in specific. They also had the, I think, slate gray one, which runs a little over 1,000 for the same size. But I'm very happy with it. Finally got to upgrade all my tool storage. I said, still got my old Craftsman one, but I'm gonna open up this drawer now. And on this side, I have all my 12-point stuff with the exception of this rail right here and my spark plug sockets right here. But again, everything's color coded, like I said, quarter-inch stuff, yellow. All the specialty stuff is going to be red. So, and same thing with like the spark plug sockets, they're going to be red. And then green for the 3/8 stuff. So I've got all sorts of brands. I've got Westward, and then what's this over here? Yeah, Pittsburgh. And I got Tecton. So you guys saw Capri, Gear Wrench. I got Gray Pneumatic. So all sorts of sockets. I'm not like, I guess maybe I do have brand loyalty because all my ratchets are Icon ratchets, but mostly because I got them on sale. And again, I had all my Craftsman stuff, and it wasn't as high of a tooth count, and they were much bulkier. So getting everything on sale was great. Then I got this 3D printed tray. It holds all my adapters, and even my spark plug gap tool, the gapper. So color coded that too. And I color coded the meme set, and don't know why I did this. It was time consuming. I guess I enjoy torturing myself, but everything's color coded practically. And then on this side, I have actually all my 6 points. So, and then I got all my um, rails from Also Tool. They don't make them in yellow, so I had to use the black ones for the quarter-inch stuff. And obviously the red on this side. But that's pretty much what this drawer looks like. And I said I'll be doing a video later as to how I actually color coded all my stuff and the best way to make it happen, because I do like the way that it came out. It's a great little set. It makes it easier too. Like if you have someone helping you on cars too, like that doesn't necessarily understand sizing, it's easier for me to just tell them the colors now. Like, go grab me, like one of the green sockets in that size, and the fact that it's all color coded just makes it easier. I am going to be upgrading my torque wrenches because, again, I got this set from Amazon and it's been great. It's maybe like a pound or two off, which, you know, not the best, but again, having a tool is better than no tool. And I just kind of like tend to like feel it out and make sure that it's like close to where it needs to be. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for my little tour and my little update in regards to all the things that I got. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.